The dance club throbbed with its usual Wednesday night energy, a kaleidoscope of spinning bodies and pulsing lights. Randy leaned against the bar, his confidence unshaken by Sarah's sharp dismissal weeks ago. Her words had stung, but the floor was full of new possibilities. His eyes landed on Lila, a newcomer with a shy smile and a hesitant way. She was different from Sarah, less guarded, her laughter bright as she followed through dance steps in a line dance. Randy watched her for a song, noting how she glanced around, unsure but eager. Perfect. He approached, offering a grin as he extended a hand. Care to dance? I promise I'm better at leading than you'd think. Lila blushed, taking his hand, and they joined the two-step dance. She wasn't as polished as Sarah, but her enthusiasm was infectious, her eyes sparkling when he spun her. She loved dancing. It was an escape, a fantasyland feeling. At the bar later, Randy caught her ordering a margarita. He slid in, charming the bartender with a quick, "Put it on me," Lila protested, but he waved it off. "Gotta keep you hydrated for more dancing, right?" She laughed, her cheeks pink, and thanked him softly. "You look beautiful when you smile," he said. He was in. Over the next few weeks, Randy wove his spell. He danced with Lila every Wednesday, his compliments tailored to her insecurities, her natural charm on the floor, her refreshing energy. At the singles table, he'd lean in close, dropping his voice to share a carefully crafted confession. "You know, Lila, I've been struggling with something," he said one night, his tone heavy with sincerity. "My ex, she's still in my head sometimes. She keeps reaching out, messing with me. I want to move on, especially with someone like you, but I need to be sure it's over. I like you. You deserve someone who's all in. If we did get together down the road, you want to be able to trust me." Lila's eyes widened, soft with empathy. "That's really honest, Randy. It's hard to let go of the past. I admire that you're trying to do right." She touched his arm, a small gesture that told him she was hooked. He smiled, masking the thrill of victory. Randy kept the dancing going. He'd buy her drinks, always insisting it was no trouble. When other women approached, he'd politely sidestep them, making sure Lila saw. One night, a bold blonde tried to pull him to the floor, but he excused himself, crossing to Lila with a sheepish grin. "Some people don't get the hint," he said. "I'm here for you, not them." Lila beamed, her trust in him growing with every calculated move. Randy sat close, leaning in, brushing up against her. After a dance, he took her to a more secluded table. He kissed her and said, "As good as your lips taste, I want to taste your other lips." It was a little shocking, but Lila never felt so sexy, so wanted. Lila didn't question the cracks in his story. She didn't notice how his phone stayed silent when he claimed his ex was texting, or how his vulnerability felt rehearsed. She saw only the man who made her feel special, who shared just enough to make her feel like they had a connection no one else could touch. She'd lean into him, getting as close as she could, laughing at his jokes, her eyes lingering on his. One night, as the club's lights dimmed for a slow song, Randy pulled Lila to the floor. "I'm almost free of her," he whispered, his hands on her waist. "I keep thinking about what could come next, with us. I'd like to take you to Vegas." Lila's breath caught, her smile radiant. "I'd like that," she said, her voice barely audible over the music. As they swayed, Randy felt the familiar rush of success. Lila was his, drawn in by the glimpses he'd offered, the vulnerability he'd spun like a web. "Are you happy?" he asked. Lila said, "Yes," but a little surprised by his question. The dance floor spun around them. But for Lila, there was only Randy, her charming, sexy partner. And for Randy, there was only the game, played to perfection.